Hi, everybody. Welcome to the QB School. I am JT O'Sullivan. Today, Jared Goff, the Lions, big win on the road, Thursday Night Football. Fired up for this one. Let's get it going. Welcome to the QB School. Before we dive into the video, a quick reminder about the Quarterback School Patreon community. This group is the foundation, the bedrock of this channel. Not only is it a great way to support the channel, but you get even more Quarterback School content. So if you enjoy the way that I talk and teach ball, you want even deeper dives, you will love the Quarterback School Patreon community. I'm really trying to create the environment of what it's like in an NFL quarterback room. So all sorts of nuance, depth, and detail about the quarterback position, offensive football, how to beat defensive football, fronts, pressures, coverages, all that kind of stuff. Quarterback School Patreon community. The link is in the video description. Hop over there, join, become a member. I appreciate your support. As for this video, let's get into it. Jared Goff and the Lions rolling after a slow start right here. Interception. This is a tough one, man. To think that the flat defender is going to take away the flat and then come pick off this crosser is just something you don't expect to happen. It's a great play from 20. You know, it's maybe a hitch late timing wise. I think if Jared Goff had to do this over again, he'd just raise up and put it on the flat down here to the bottom, the number 2. You could also make say that their penalty at the corner down here to the bottom, you know, give him the old bear hug. It's one of those things where I think the age-old staple for quarterback play is late down the middle is usually never a good thing. Now that has become a little bit looser lately, but you know, it's third and long. Sometimes you just got to throw it underneath and live to fight another day. This at the top of the route here with the corner, to me, is illegal contact, but that's just me. So we come out what I would imagine should be an outbreaking route, and then the number 1 up top here is working that crosser, and I think the number 2 is like pushing through. And so it sure looks like he just goes almost 1 to 2 here. And in reality, I would say the read probably needs to be 1 to 2 to 3 here. And if you were reading it like this, you would say, let's get the ball to the 1. Now, the reason why he wouldn't be 1 down here to the bottom is if we're trying to chip and then get out into it. And then I agree. Then it's probably got to be up, you know, here 1, and then we got to get back to this faster. But again, you can say we can make all the excuses we want. It's a pretty nice play by this guy to be able to, quote unquote, take this away and then come back and kind of steal that crosser route. Again, I do think it is a tick late, if anything. And again, you can see him working back, you know, but at the same time, at the bottom, we're not chipping, right? Like up top, we're chipping. So we're just running. You know, I think if I had to be critical and say, hey, I'm going to assume that we missed the chip down to the bottom with the back, that we need to just be a tick quicker to that crosser. So just the timing of this thing as we go 1, 2, 3, hitch, throw. And if we're at that kind of timing of it, as opposed to hitch, now we're moving back again, back, you know, multiple hitches late, working backwards, late down the middle, bad things usually happen. Nice play from 20, and they bounce back fast from this. Next one here, 3rd and 5. Nice hit to the tight end up top, the new number, we'll call it 3. My favorite backup fantasy tight end. Laporta making plays, Yak. It's a hell of a job. This is a great call versus this coverage. What I'm going to call old school 11 robber, 26, the tight end, the safety to the top right. He's coming down. So we're running away from inside leverage, and that's a dot. You know, like, let's just appreciate what it is. Jared Goff has been throwing dots on these in-breaking routes for a long time. Look at the anticipation. He separates right there. Laporta's just barely coming out of it on the crosser, and that ball is a handoff. Boop. On the body, on the break. Can't drop that. Love it. And then the Yak. Let's go. Get off me. So coverage-wise here, it looks like it could easily be 2-man here, right? We get the snap. Again, I like the motion landmark. Make it tough on those guys up top. Concept-wise, we're just running this crosser away from outside leverage. So he's going to be outside leverage because we're rotating down here. We've got a middle field post safety. And then we're running away from the down safety as well. So when you run this essentially go route here, it operates as almost like a clear, and you have all this space to work into. Now, it helps that Jared Goff throws an absolute seed, a perfect handoff of a throw. This is just really nice, man. Outstanding execution, great accuracy, nice anticipation, some yak afterwards. But from the back here, you can just really appreciate the timing, the anticipation, the way this thing is constructed. Again, working away from the down safety. Put it right on him. Nice base right there. All his cleats in the ground. Rip it. Boop. Let's go. That's a hell of a 3rd and 5. Let's get it rolling. Next one here, 3rd and 3. Another in-breaker for Goff. Down here to the bottom, the number 1 on what I'm going to call a wrap in. Now, this one's not quite as clean as far as the execution, but it's still a great chunk play on 3rd down. Really like the design. You're living a little dangerously when you're doing this to the down safety, but when the safety makes it this easy of a read, so just the concept here is they kind of run what I'm used to calling a swap release by the 2 and the 3. So here's the 2, here's the 3. So we're going to be over the ball with the sit, and then the 3 is going to be running that kind of pivot gather, I'm used to calling it. Then the wrap in part of this is right here by the number 1. So he's going to get in here, and he's trying to get into this space as quick as he can. Now, normally you would say, hey, if this safety's coming down to this, it's got the potential to not be great. But when he drives the number 3, it creates this big window. And again, just outstanding execution, nice offensive architecture, great vision from Goff. Watch that safety. See him drive that thing. He thinks, oh, I'm going to go get a pick. I'm going to steal one. And he runs right out of the zone. Thank you very much. Just a really nice job. You can see the distribution of it, like the swap release. Again, Jared Goff has been doing this for years, it feels like. Just wrecking shop on any sort of in-breaking route. And again, with when you see the safety creep down up top, see him creeping, boom. And as soon as he accelerates for that pivot or gather or hitch, Goff is throwing it right by his left ear. Whoop. Love it. Work in the middle of the field. It's a big-time 3rd down. Next one here. This is one of the things that I think has been most impressive about Jared Goff and the evolution of what he's kind of come into in Detroit. This ability to create just a little bit. Now, should he score, make somebody miss? Maybe. But just the ability to get out and get an easy 1st down in the red zone, to create every once in a while, once a game, get out there and go get us one. Now, I will say, for all my quarterbacks in the house, and really any football player, when you get out to this point, if you're not going to go down, you think you're going to score, great. I'm all for it. Go try to score. But don't stop your feet. So the part, anytime you're running the rock, anytime you're tackling either, you do not want to stop your feet like this, because it's inevitably not the first hit that does the damage, it's the second hit. So you just got to keep your feet moving, get down, protect yourself. Don't, you can almost hear him go, but man, I love this from Jared Goff. And if he can continue to do this and eventually turn it into maybe once a half, to just go take advantage of it, because teams don't believe he's going to do it. And if he can add this to his arsenal consistently, I just think it creates such another element for this offense that doesn't have to rely on it. It's a great surprise. It's an easy 1st down. Inside the 10, hell yes. Next one here, Jared Goff showing off the touch up top to the number 1 on the fade. This is a beautiful touch throw. It's a hell of a catch as well. I love the aggressiveness, 2x2 condensed. Now, whether this is both stick or all stick, it really doesn't matter. It's a fade at the end of the day versus press coverage. So the difference for me here when I say concept, both stick, all stick, the number 2 routes are never going to change. Okay, that's a stick route. All stick for me is when you're going to get the number 1s running quick outs. And these quick outs can be adjusted versus cloud or tough. All that means is what the access is on this corner. Is it press? Is it cloud? Well, then if it is, then let's get fade potentially. So all stick is the yellow. Both stick is going to be just the inside number 2s are running sticks and the outside guys are running clears, essentially, or goes, because it's not a clear here because he throws it. Regardless of the play, it's a great job from Jared Goff seeing the one-on-one, liking the matchup, press coverage, fade, all that room. Look at the touch. Just love to see a dude use all the clubs in the bag, have the ability to drive the ball, but also showcase the touch. That is in the bucket. It's right down his line. It's also a hell of a catch, no doubt about it. But Jared Goff is feeling it. Next one here. Put this on here just because I think it's a great play call, great design. We get the reverse going. Also, Jared Goff with the block, we'll call it, air quotes, as he gets dump trucked. But man, his teammates will love this. He puts his body on the line. Now, I guess it works as a block. He kind of gets caked, in my opinion, but he's willing to put his body on the line there. His guy's not making the tackle. A bit of a judo takedown as well. There's a few other things that I love about this play. So there's a lot of moving parts here with these specialty plays. So the first thing is just how they handle the edge here. So we're going to bluff from the tight end position. So we're going to deke him and then come up and block the linebacker type. We're then going to pull multiple people at the line of scrimmage. I think the left guard and the center go. The next one here is the right tackle. Now, obviously, the right tackle is a dude, but he gets out here. The linebacker, your boy Quay Walker, his reaction about sums up the evening for Green Bay. So just so many different layers to this. First, watch Walker, the reaction 7 for the Green Bay up top. He's like, oh no. Oh, come on, dog. Like that reaction, homie, you better put your foot in the ground and sprint. That looks like a bad reaction in like double days high school pursuit drill. You got to run, 7. You got to run, homie. Damn. It's a hell of a play from Detroit, and I do love the fact that Jared Goff puts his body on the line here. But when you pull back the film and you really look at how some of these cats are reacting to it, like you got to go. That reaction right there is not acceptable in the league, in my opinion. I mean, 58, he doesn't even have to block anybody. He's an all-world guy, but he doesn't even have to block you. It's a nice block on the edge. That's a hell of a play. Halftime, you dig the channel and you haven't already, please like, subscribe, hit the bell, get the notifications. I sincerely appreciate you subscribing to the channel. It means a lot to me, so thank you for doing that. Again, the Quarterback School Patreon community, get even more Quarterback School content over there. Join, the link is in the video description. We also have Quarterback School courses. Now, these courses are the premium content available through the channel. These are deep, deep dives on my favorite football topics. We have courses on RPOs, tempos, pass protection. The best-selling course is how to beat every coverage. We even have an entire offensive system available. So if you're interested in any and all of those courses, the link is in the video description. Hop over there and enroll. We also have a bunch of free resources available. Make sure to sign up for those, linked in the video description. Finally, make sure to follow me across social media platforms. I appreciate your support. As for this video, let's get back to it. Next one here, 2nd and 10. I thought Jared Goff had a pretty good night, solid night for sure. Could have been even better with hits like this. This is a drop from me from the tight end to the bottom, right over the ball. Is it right on him? No, but that's a catch you have to make. It's a really nice job from Jared Goff going left to right. Again, working the middle of the field, in breakers, great base. I mean, hits him in both hands, maybe a little outstretched, but that's a catch that almost anybody in the league would expect to make. Really love the way that Jared Goff is lined up to his left. So working whatever the concept is up top 1, and then the crosser 2 to the tight end. So no, yes, look at his base. So again, when we're talking about constructing plays and how things are packaged together, it really doesn't matter what the concept is over here. That's 1. Then where the ball ends up going, that's 2. So you set your feet like you're working that 1, and you keep your base, and you just quickly set to the 2. So there it is. There's no wasted movement. There's no heel clickiness. It's just a really efficient, effective way to play the position. So watch his feet. Boom, boom. I mean, it's that quick. That's how you get through your reads. 1, 2. And again, can't catch it for him. So what could have easily been a first down there. And again, just really love the way that Goff plays the middle of the field. He's always done this well. Tough miss. The very next play here, 3rd and 10. We're going to hit St. Brown 14 going across in motion on what I'm going to call a little choice. Now, I don't know what Green Bay is doing defensively here. There's a lot of space in the middle of the field, and certainly not where you want to leave a lot of space for Jared Goff, in my opinion. But this is a really nice read, getting it out. If this is a choice, it's a great job by 14 feeling that and getting into that area. I also really like the design of this play. It looks like it's mirrored concepts with a little twist down here to the bottom. Pause it here right before the snap. So to me here, the number one up top is running what I'm used to calling like a reverse whip pivot. So you're kind of coming up and then, or loop and coming back in like that. And then if I had to guess, I would say we're running a choice here, which a choice, you probably wouldn't want to go out breaker here, but either set up, come in, or go to the post. Now, maybe it's just a slant and it just works out perfectly. On the bottom, it's a very similar concept, except the number 2 is running the choice. So the number 1 is running that reverse loop, and then the number 1 is running what I'm going to call that choice route. And again, there's just this huge void because they bring 5, they bring the middle player, the safety rotates down from the field, and your boy 7 is running out to the flat. So it just creates this huge kind of gap in the middle of the defense. So the spacing seems funky for Green Bay, and the Lions are just eating over the middle of the field. Really nice job. Nice job getting the first down with the yak. Just a lot to like here. Again, getting the ball out of your hands quickly. Nice job picking up the pass pro. Great design. Again, Jared Goff, lined up to his left. If you watch the channel a lot, you probably hear me say this all the time. Get lined up to your left. Jared Goff is doing a perfect example. That's being lined up to your left at the top of your drop. All his cleats in the ground. Right on him. Now your guy can go make a move and go get a first down. It's just a really efficient way to play quarterback. I love it. Next one here, 3rd and 12. This to me is a little bit of what I would consider like old Jared Goff. And I know this is tough, especially if you've never played in the league, because sometimes in the league you get drilled into your head. After a completion, a punt is okay. After a 3rd down completion, a punt is okay. And I love the fact how fast they're going here. Look at him snap the ball. That's a no cadence snap. So the center just puts his hand on the ball and snaps it. So you don't get a great read as far as what it is. But what the concept looks like here is just dagger to the bottom. So dagger to the bottom means deep in to me with a clear post. And then it's almost always run with a shallow. Okay, everybody runs this at every level. Well, if we catch split field coverage, so middle of the field open, and it's an iteration of Tampa where the Mike backer type is running with the clear, he's going to run with that vertical. Once you see him run with that vertical, you know you have the deep end, unless these hook defenders get so much depth that they take it away. But even if they take it away, you know the middle's voided, so you can kind of hit that like late window. So for me here, he just plays this too quickly, and occasionally he does this. He plays it too quickly down. He's not aggressive enough down the field. So you can see the backer get out of there, and you can also see that in. If you were to throw that in with anticipation between the hashes, it would be there, in my opinion. You throw it right at the right side of the G, and it's there. Now, I know it opens up because we throw the shallow, and that's why those guys come down. But you can see it opening, and you can also see the Mike backer running with the clear. So just trusting it as opposed to checking it down so quickly. Let that thing develop just a tick. And I would say this is a fair criticism of Goff over the course of his career. The other thing I would say is sometimes the back of his drop, he hits this foot and goes backwards. And I just think it's really hard to play quarterback aggressively when your back foot is doing, that's the back of the drop. Stay right there. Don't go back. And again, it's just that little polish at the very top that you don't see all the time from Goff, but it does creep into his game. And it's just hard to be aggressive and drive the ball down the field when you're going backwards. Next one here, 3rd and 2. Another what I would consider OC designed first down. Short motion, flat. Just super easy. Get a nice throw to the flat, wide open. The motion here creates some stress on a defense. You can see what it does to 7. It makes him move inside. He thinks he might get picked. He thinks you might be running shallow. It's the design of this thing. So the motion here, when we're going to go fast motion in, and again, they're not, trendsetters in this regard. Everybody in the league is doing this. Full sprint in, and what it does here is causes massive issues right here. So now he thinks, oh, he's going to run across. We're going to move in just a tick. Then we're going to put our foot in the ground and come back out to the flat. And you just have no chance to really run through what looks like just a little stick here. So you get a natural rub, and you've got to go tackle this guy before he gets 2 yards for a first down. It's just great design. From empty, all sorts of horizontal stress on a defense. Ba-boom. good motion landmark and timing. Put the ball right on him. Let's go. And when you're throwing to the back, most times you want to put it right on the body. You don't want those guys doing more work than they have to. Right on him. That thing catches him. First down. Next one here, one of my favorite calls of the game. Play action on this drive, really critical drive where they establish the line of scrimmage again and really take the game over. This is a great play action, move the launch point. When you really are running the rock and are, establishing the line of scrimmage and really dominating the line of scrimmage, and you deal these play action shots, you've just got great opportunities for chunks down the field that don't exist in other realms when you're just in the drop back game. So if we're going to run essentially just a deep out or 7 or post, up and out versus a half field safety, you're going to take that matchup all day, every day with no flat defender underneath because of the action. The other part here is watch my guy 90 right here. This is what happens. This is what you look like when you are getting the ball run down your throat. You try to get blocked on the edge. You go tackle the back, but the quarterback has the ball and is throwing the ball for a chunk over here. So just kind of seeing the impact and effectiveness of what a run game does with this play action. Again, that safety has got no chance, right? Because you've got a two-way go on him up top. He's got to get depth. We got him. The play action, though, look at my guy 90. He's getting blocked by the tight end. Block. Oh, I'm going to go. Oh, no. Nobody around Jared Goff. Really great design. Great play calling. Great timing of this. Look at 90. Let's go. Nice chunk. Nice catch. Big play. Last one here, 4th and 3 to really ice the game at the very end. Love the concept up top. A little switch release. Work this little arrow or return route. Again, just a really nice job impacting the defense here. Whether this is quarters or palms, it really doesn't matter. They're asking an edge defender 90 to try to get into the flat, take this thing away. Again, Jared Goff just lined up to his left. Great rhythm, bass, timing to his game. Love the idea of being able to put it in Goff's hands here to ice this thing. Not that it really probably mattered in the grand scheme of things, but this switch release, so stack formation, switch release, so almost ends up as like a clear, pseudo clear. I'll call this palms-ish, whether it's palms or quarters, it really doesn't matter. Once he gets depth at all, we now have this great opportunity to come in here and rip this thing right back out when really all we have underneath is what I'm going to call it the edge defender standing up. We just have to basically throw around him, not let him reach out and touch the ball. That's not probably what he gets paid to do very often, being a 90 number. Just tough on a defense. Switch, put it on him. Nice job, great execution to close this thing out. They had some really nice short yardage pass plays and conversions. Jared Goff, watch the base, watch the rhythm, the timing. Just super smooth, right? Polished, fluid. Whoop, right on him. It's a hell of a game. Nice win on the road. Wow. So that is a wrap. Jared Goff, the Lions, big win Thursday night on the road, divisional opponent in Lambeau. Awesome on a number of different levels. Now, this is a quarterback-centric channel video, but man, the Lions handled business on both sides of the ball at the line of scrimmage. They really did. You couple that with Jared Goff playing what I would consider probably some of the best football of his career as far as doing what he does and what he's always done as far as making hay with in-breaking routes, on time, great rhythm, strong base, good enough arm to certainly make every throw out there. And he's showcasing some touch. And that extra layer, he's kind of creating every once in a while. There are some splash plays where he's using his legs, where he's extending, where he's driving the ball down the field. You put all those things together and some great offensive architecture, really fun offense right now. Fired up to see more of the Lions this year. Thank you so much for hanging to the end. I will see you next time. Have a good one.